Hi, I'm Dr. Branyon with New Hope Unlimited. I just read a very interesting, exciting study, and I wanted to share it with you. You know, we've talked about, and I've done several videos lately on the dendritic cells and the natural killer cells, the T cells, B cells, all of those immune system cells, and I gave personalities to them. And, you know, it might sound crazy, but I do love giving personalities to everything about us. It helps us to understand it more. But this study is even more exciting, and it goes along with everything I talked about. I'm probably going to read a lot of it to you because I haven't had time to really digest exactly in order to dramatize it for you. But hopefully this will be able to give you an idea because I got so excited I can't wait. And I had a few minutes and I love sharing. But this study came from Francis Crick Institute and King's College London. They've uncovered how cells actively seek information in order to make faster and better collective decisions to coordinate the growth of new blood vessels. Now, let's think about that. We as human beings, as people, we get our own little groups and we'll talk things over and then we'll choose a leader or vote. Well, we just did come out of a presidential voting. There was some people who voted for this person and some people who voted for this person, but it took two groups listening to their own possible leaders to get the ideas of who they wanted to vote for. And then they voted and chose that person. Well, I'm going to read on and give you a little insight that cells do the same thing. It's amazing. In their study, published in the Philosophical Transactions of the Royal Society B, the researchers found that when growing new blood vessels, cells make collective decisions using a process of active perception. Active perception. They know exactly what they're doing. This is where moving around to better sense the environment helps to make an informed decision. Okay. Well, the researchers compared this to entering a dark, unfamiliar room and extending your arm to feel around the wall for the light switch. We've all done that before. In the case of the cells, they reached out long fingers and feel their way in the environment. Now, when you look at a cell under the microscope, it just kind of looks around and it wiggles around. But now they're finding that when they're ready to do something, they will create areas like little fingers in order to feel. I'm not sure it's actually fingers because I haven't looked at that under the microscope, but this is what they're saying. This allows them to quickly choose the cell that senses the most signal from the surroundings to become their leader. This leader, which the cells chose, is called a TIP, T-I-P, cell, which drives the new blood vessels forward. Now, that is amazing to me, and hopefully it is to you too. The human body is way more amazing than we can even imagine. And just like this study just came out. This is hot off the press, meaning every day science is finding out we are much more greater than we think we are. Maybe that's not correct English, but we are greater than we think we are. We are amazing. And science has still not yet uncovered things. But you know, just recently, Elon Musk has sent rockets up into the space, put satellites up, and then brought those rockets back down and landed them, not in the ocean, but on the ground. What did that take? So we need to stress that science needs to put more into cancer treatment, not just new equipment. It seems like all of the new money going into cancer treatment and exploration is for new equipment. They have got everything they need to look at what's in our bodies for cancer prevention, for cancer treatment, everything. People like me just have to squander around and find the new studies and present them to our scientists and say, look, what can we do? Because it's desperation. It's desperation. Cancer is a pandemic, epidemic in itself, and we need to stop it. But I just wanted to give you this news that our cells are so smart, they even pick leaders to guide the way, to inform them of things. And that is just touching the bottom iceberg. There is so much more to learn. We are living in a age of science that is amazing. If we can just make or ask them to concentrate on certain things, and that is getting people well, and quit spending all the money on other things, padding pockets and greed. I'm sorry, I need to calm it down, but greed is an evil, evil choice, and we've got too many people that deserve to live and find new ways of living. Thank you. I just wanted to share that. And remember, you are today what you thought you were yesterday. Therefore, you will be tomorrow what you think you are today. So, I'm getting happier. My immune system is working stronger. I'm getting rid of any abnormal cells in my body. Up here, it's powerful medicine, and it's free. Thank you. Hope to see you again.